lightning, there is a 4.5 magnitude earthquake that hits NYC just 3 days before this total solar eclipse. If you think this is a coincidence, it absolutely is not. If you know what the representation of the Statue of Liberty is, then you know that we are seeing something that is only biblical.
How Diddy was connected to Michael Jackson's death. We all know Michael Jackson hated the industry. He's like, I'm leaving Sony. He has stocks. He basically owns Sony.
Oh, word.
Because he has 50% of whatever Sony makes.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm leaving. I don't think they'll like this. Diddy.
The big secret NASA is keeping from the population is we're about to go into a parallel world on a solar eclipse. This old planet, the old system, the old way of doing things is about to go bye-bye. We are going into the new planet. That's why it's so important to do your spiritual work. The new planet is all about spiritual healing, spirituality, spiritual technology, and spiritual awakening.
The STD fungus that makes their Jimmy fall off. And the fungus eventually turns them into a zombie. But it gets better because also the fungus causes a hallucinogenic to the birds that eat them. Meaning we finna have birds flying around on shroom trips.
You really about to eat that tree, huh?
Yeah, you can try to push it out.
So New York just had a magnitude 4.8 earthquake right before the solar eclipse. Magnitude 4.8 and the solar eclipse is on 4/8/2024. Those are the same numbers. All you have to do is connect the dots. They are telling you what's happening.
What's good, y'all, man? We are back with yet another video, man. It's a lot of good clips in here. A lot of stuff going on around the world. It's getting crazy, man, but we do have a lot of good clips in here for today. Just be sure to hit the like button. Not asking for too much. You already know that helps me get in the algorithm. So you hitting the like button really counts. So do that for your boy. And got a lot of good clips to get into for today. So let's get right into it.
Has anyone else noticed that there's been a strange amount of reports and events leading up to this solar eclipse on April 8th? I already made a couple of videos about CERN and how they're powering up their Large Hadron Collider, and CERN is planning on smashing together the particles on the same day as the solar eclipse, which is April 8th. But that's not all. On April 3rd, Taiwan was hit with a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, which is the strongest earthquake they've seen in 25 years. Over in New York, they were hit with a 4.8 magnitude earthquake, which they're reporting was one of the strongest in state history. This earthquake also hit New Jersey, and the tremors could be felt all the way in Pennsylvania. Last week, it was reported that Russian warships entered the Red Sea, which many people took as an implication that tensions were rising. It was then reported on April 4th that nuclear submarines began firing missiles during training, so maybe they're onto something. And to top it all off, there's apparently going to be an estimated 1 trillion cicadas hatching all over the US starting this month in April. They'll be primarily located in the Midwest and Southwest regions of the US, and it's the first time we've seen multiple species hatch at the same time since 1803. Has anyone else noticed that there's been...
It do make you question though, right? Like, is they doing all this? But honestly, I think the earthquakes are natural. Or they could be... What do y'all think? I feel like earthquakes are natural because I heard that we are so powerful, and when we get mad, the planet get mad, right? Because it can feel our vibration or something like that. Earthquakes could be real, but them cicadas, man-made. I already know.
It's ticking it. You better get right. The things of this world I put here to distract you from God and the teachings of Jesus Christ. Who was Jesus? Jesus was the vessel that God used to live and walk on earth with us, to teach us and show us how to actually be a human and live correctly. How do you live correctly? Here's the teachings of Christ. Understand that there's one God. Number 2, we all need to be like this. Number 3, love those who are down bad. Number 4, you should serve people without expecting things in return. Plant a tree seed knowing you'll never be able to sit in the shade. Number 5, serving people is equal to serving God. If you repent, God gonna forgive you, but you gotta really mean it. And number 7, love your enemies. Jesus was simply showing us how to properly live. The things of this world are showing us how to evil, which is simply live spelt backwards. Nobody's denying the fact that there's going to be a new earth, whether it be in this lifetime or when we pass on. Your job is to free your mind and your spirit from the influences of the flesh and the world. And the only way to do that is through the teachings of Christ. Christ was simply a blueprint that God gave us humans so we can follow. And if you follow that blueprint, you will have eternal life. The earth is about to have a switch up. Everybody talking about the rapture. Either or, this is a light versus dark thing. I made this chart. You can either be a light worker or an evil worker. The evil shit is degenerate, hurtful. You spread lies, you cause problem, you cause destruction, you spread hate. None of this energy is going to be allowed onto the new earth. And if you're still a slave to your flesh, it's going to be a long ride for you. But through Jesus and the teachings of Christ, you can get that inner light back that you was born with. My boy, the clock is ticking.
Indeed, man. So New York had a earthquake. How many of y'all live in New York?
N-B-A-N-G-E-R-G-E-R-O-U-S Dangal G O O O G L E Gulu
Google. Bro, that sound like that's the exact sound. That's what it sounds like it's supposed to say. I'm not gonna lie. Google. That's funny. Check this out.
Despite what you might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. Despite what you might be thinking, these two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. Alright. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. Alright, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct?
Red.
Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical.
Okay,
Yet
buddy.
I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what did we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural.
That is true. He definitely just got me right there. I ain't gonna lie, he got me. For a second, I'm like, dang. He might be onto something, but is he over here manipulating?
Instincts. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition. Now, the Matrix is a story. It's a story. When told enough times to enough people, it becomes part of that culture. It becomes the tradition. And this story is being told over and over every day.
Wow. That's deep, though. Like, you can really be manipulated quick. And then that lie, like, that's how it is down here, though. Like, everyone is so conditioned to, like, this world that we live in. It's a lie, you know? We don't supposed to be paying for fruits and vegetables and stuff that grows from the ground, but we've been doing our whole life, and now it's just normal to us, right? It's crazy, man.
So you were telling me that not even 24 hours after the Statue of Liberty is literally struck by lightning, there is a 4.5 magnitude earthquake that hits NYC just 3 days before this total solar eclipse? If you think this is a coincidence, it absolutely is not. If you know what the representation of the Statue of Liberty is, then you know that we are seeing something that is only biblical. Not only that, but then a couple hours later, you have a massive 4.58 magnitude earthquake that strikes New York City and no one knew about it. I find it very sinister and mysterious that all this randomized activity that is very, very high in energy is happening right before this total solar eclipse in 3 days. What if I told you the Statue of Liberty is known to be a representation of the 7 deadly sins and the history behind it is not what you think? Hello, I am Aja, a conspiracy theorist. Please don't take everything I say as fact, as I form my own ideas, beliefs, and opinions. Even though I do use real-world articles, these are my own ideas, beliefs, and conspiracies. Now let's get to the story. Yesterday, the Statue of Liberty literally got zapped by lightning, and a photographer named Dan Martlin, who is known for his exquisite photography of New York, caught this on camera. What's happened just 19 hours before New York was just hit by a 4.58 magnitude earthquake. Very interesting is that given the circumstances, nobody saw this earthquake coming when there are literally dozens of scientists who have to study the specific fault line in NYC alone. I feel as though the Statue of Liberty being struck by lightning was really a wake-up call to see what is wrong in the world, as the Statue of Liberty is supposed to be a sign of freedom, and we as Americans have been misled for quite some time. It is a known idea that the Statue of Liberty is actually a statue of Satan, and that the thorns on the crown of Satan represent the 7 deadly sins, as he is known to indulge each one. If you know anything about Satan, Satan was known to carry a light in this manner as such. And guess who else holds the light of freedom? The Statue of Liberty. As Lucifer was known to indulge in the 7 deadly sins and create his own form of freedom, it's only right that this statue represents exactly that. I believe that each one of those spikes on her crown also represents the 7 deadly sins and the 7 demons that are associated with it. A lot of people, unbeknownst, think that the 7 deadly sins is where it stops, but those 7 deadly sins are also 7 deadly demons. 7 deadly sins are wrath, greed, sloth, pride, lust, envy, and gluttony. And I'm going to tell you who the 7 deadly sins are associated with when it comes to demons. The first demon that is associated with one of the 7 deadly sins of wealth and greed is mammon. Matthew 6:24, it personifies mammon as a false god, and no man can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Asmodean, who is the king of demons, and he is accountable for lust and disordered sexual desires. Leviathan, who is similar to a sea monster, and he is mentioned 6 times in the Hebrew Bible. He is similar to serpent demons found in ancient Near Eastern mythology. Leviathan is the demon of envy. After that, you have the one that starts with a B. I'm not going to say it because this one freaks me the fuck out and I hate saying the name. And then you go on to Satan, who is accountable for the sins of wrath and the 7 deadly sins. And he is known as the deceiver. And then we go to the bottom of another one that I will not say, and it starts with a B. And he aids people in the creation of intentions to bring them wealth. So this is who you guys are worshiping when you are praying and saying an incantation instead of actually receiving God's help. The Statue of Liberty being hit by lightning be a sign to stop indulging in the 7 deadly sins and to be careful when it comes to the 7 deadly demons. I think that we are being told something and not a lot of people are going to pay attention. But on the days leading up to this solar eclipse on April 8th, a lot more will be revealed.
Indeed.
I really feel as though this is a warning, and that should be something that people look at when it comes to biblical prophecies and know that we conspiracy theories are not just conspiracy theorists. I am going to do a part 2 on the earthquake specifically because I want to dive deeper into that. But please remember, I am just a conspiracy theorist. None of this is fact. These are my own ideas, beliefs, and opinions. And please, discretion is advised. Thank you for coming to another episode of That's Insane with Asha. I'll see you next time. So you were telling me...
Audrey always snapping, I'm not gonna lie. I want to look into this Statue of Liberty. I didn't know this happened, so I need to look into this real quick. Let's check this out, y'all. See what's going on here. Something biblical is going on. Okay. Ah. It says Statue of Liberty torch was struck before the New York earthquake. What did I mean? That's crazy though, how this, like, how is that, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they talking about it's biblical. So, like, is this all, like, strategic work, you know? Just April 3rd. Okay, we definitely in the end age, y'all. If this was biblical. Dang. It was really going down, huh? Wow. It was really going down. All right.
The big secret NASA is keeping from the population is we're about to go into a parallel world on a solar eclipse. This old planet, the old system, the old way of doing things is about to go bye-bye. We are going into the new planet. That's why it's so important to do your spiritual work. The new planet is all about spiritual healing, spirituality, spiritual technology, and spiritual awakening. If you're not doing your work, you're going to be left behind on one of these old planets. But NASA can't come out and say it's a parallel world because how many people can actually handle that? It's a real thing out there when the knowledge is so great and profound. When someone hear it, they have a mental breakdown. So the news can't say it's another you in another world that look just like you, but it's a better version of you. If they tell you that, you might lose your mind. Who do you think your higher self is? Who do you think the voice is you hear in your mind? Who do you think is telling you to go left? Go right. It's danger over there. When you hear these voices, it is yourself from the parallel world trying to guide you because it wants you to stay alive. 2024 is the house of karma, the house of mirrors. Everything is a reflection. So when this system falls, a new system will be rebuilt. When the old you fall, a new you will be rebuilt. That's why when you do your shadow work, that's one version of you. When you do your light work, that is the higher version of you. We just left the 4-4 portal. This is so important because the month of April represents all 4 elements. There will be a lot of new spiritual awakenings happening in this month, leading up to what? The solar eclipse. You have no choice but to get in contact with yourself. Talk to yourself, try to understand what's really going on. This is why karma exists. Karma is the house of mirrors. We are all reflections of ourselves. When you look into a puddle of water, what do you see? Since you are 75% of water, there has to be a reflection of you inside of your body. This is the same reason why the Matrix always used 1, 0, 1, 0. 1 and 0 is beginning, end. If you flip it backwards, 0, 1 is the same date, the same number. This is all connected to what's happening right now with the 4-4 portal and the solar eclipse. We're going to have 10 dates in April that mirror each other. These are the 10 dates that's going to be a reflection of what's really going on because we're going into a new planet. Only way you can ascend out of this matrix and become your true spiritual self, you have to talk to yourself, listen to yourself. Understand there is a higher you that's trying to help you. At the same time, there's a lower you that's trying to keep you down. Understand we are going into a great shift.
Indeed.
The big secret now.
Let's see what Bobby Hemming got to say.
When you really start dealing with the spirit world, you're going to find out it's going to be the complete opposite because we have been given religion. And religion is not spirit. No matter how much it make you feel good, it's not spirit. And the only feeling good is you are spiritual beings, and you need something to feel good, so therefore only what you're programmed by is why you feel the way you do. But religion is only inspiration. You see what I'm saying? So I knew that the brother, when he was talking that, he was religious. And religious say that it's all about your behavior. And I'm trying to tell you, I've been communicating with these spirits day and night, and not once did they ever say, Bobby, you need to stop cursing. Or Bobby, you need to not take this here. And they require this. You know, I one time, they require this. So I had all this acid indigestion. I couldn't get rid of it for one day, and I'm like, what the devil going on? They were like, you know what you got to do? So I had to go get some medicine. As simple as that. Now I'll go into the science on this type thing here and all, because you're going to have to break. So we're talking spirit. And sometimes you're going to have to break what you know as religious. And even though what you might think is detrimental to your health, there could be some spirits behind some things. When you really start dealing with...
We on to some stuff, I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Bobby Hemming. He really seemed like he had a lot of knowledge, right? But he's definitely before my time. I don't know if you guys know about him. Let me know in the comments.
How Diddy was connected to Michael Jackson's death. We all know Michael Jackson hated the industry. And he's like, I'm leaving Sony. He has stocks. He basically owns Sony.
Oh, word.
Because he has 50% of whatever Sony makes.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm leaving. I don't think they'll like this. Diddy, his head security, his name is Fahan. Fahan, when Michael Jackson died, before he died, he was Michael Jackson's head security. Whenever you're unemployed by Diddy and you get into police or you get pulled over, you call Fahan and he'll get you out of everything. So they had police help.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson died 2009. Fahan graduated in business in 2008. Business? How do you go from a business diploma to the head of the #1 musical artist in this generation?
Yeah.
Right
You
away.
got connected.
Exactly. So that's why this investigation is going on right now. That Fahan was part of his murder and Diddy is connected somehow.
With Michael Jackson being drugged or whatever it may be, right?
Because he was the second person on the scene when Michael Jackson died.
Damn.
How Diddy was connected to Michael Jackson's death. We all.
Dang, Diddy did this so much, huh? Seemed like it. What the hell is that?
Skinwalker disguised as a dog.
And this is Lee. What's he called? He's called Lee. He's been through quite a lot of trauma and he's quite unusual looking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am serious.
Well, what's wrong with him?
He just kind of stares into the distance and he doesn't really engage with anyone.
He's just really the weirdest dog I've ever seen. Lee, come on, boy. Can you go in and touch them or anything?
Do you want to have a... Yeah?
Yeah.
Skinwalker disguised as a dog.
Yeah, that's a strange
And
looking
this
dog. I'm not gonna lie.
STDs that could turn them into zombies. The insects are the strongest urinators in the animal kingdom. And when they come up from underground, they pee from on top of the trees, on top of people's heads. The locals in the Amazons call them the weeping trees or the crying trees because bugs is peeing on them. And apparently when they come up from ground, they have a mass clapping spree, which causes them to have a deadly STD fungus that makes their jimmy fall off. And the fungus eventually turns them into a zombie. But it gets better because also the fungus causes a hallucinogenic to the birds that eat them. Meaning we finna have birds flying around on shroom trips. Yeah, that's cicadas, you guys. Let me know y'all thoughts on these weird facts on cicadas and how y'all think they gonna affect us when they pop up in a couple weeks in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom. Stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if you want that exclusive.
So they done found a way to turn birds into zombies. That's what he's saying, because these birds are supposed to eat these cicadas or something like that. I don't know, but that's crazy. That's crazy that they ain't even able to even do this. That's how you know this was like premeditated. They've been trying to do this, right? Do this.
In the $1 million home, they found out that the company Wow. Wow, that's the biggest one. Still going. It's still going.
Dang. Earthquakes is powerful. Somebody got the date wrong. I'm not gonna lie, let's say 5/4/24. We got the date all wrong. Y'all see that? 5/4/24. My boy in May. It's April. What's going on, man?
Our subconscious can't differentiate truth from a lie. Everything that you say to yourself, it will believe to be true, and it will try to find evidence to support that belief system. So if you are going around saying, I'm having the worst day, everything goes wrong, good things don't happen for me, your subconscious will try to find everything possible to support that belief system, because it's like, well, this is true, we have to support that. But if you are able to start changing the language you use and even use affirmations to do that, and you start saying, today is an incredible day. I'm excited for what's coming. Good things are meant for me. And your subconscious is like, okay, let's find evidence for that. And so it starts to see different things. It starts to view things differently.
Click the link in our bio to try Inner Tune, a tool that will program your subconscious mind effortlessly.
Our subconscious
Crazy
can't...
how powerful our subconscious is, right? How we could pick up on sounds and stuff. Be looking at something else. Crazy.
There is no death. Death is comparable to sleeping, where life is being away. It's once you recognize those things, you see the eternal breathing in and breathing out of you and all things, each element breathing in and a positive thing. Like they say, there's a thing called negative charge. Electrons are this negative charge and protons are this positive charge. You crack heads, there's only everything has a dual as a corpuscle. Everything has both a positive and negative discharge. You cannot be negatively charged. Oxymoron itself. It's discharge. It's electricity when it's lost its ability to seek that higher pressure condition, and centrifugal force overtakes it. Magnetism springs it out away from it. There is no death. Death is the...
Look how strong this elephant is.
Yeah, he's gonna try to push it over.
My boy finna knock the whole tree down. Wow.
Almost there. Almost there, buddy. Come on. No. He wants to get to the fresh branches up top there.
Oh, he's trying to eat them. Leaves, huh?
So now he's got lots of food. So that's what he's done now. He's pushed it over so he can get to all these nice branches. Wow.
Wow. You're really about to eat that tree, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna try to push it over.
So New York just had a magnitude 4.8 earthquake right before the solar eclipse. I mean, magnitude 4.8 and the solar eclipse is on 4/8/2024. Those are the same numbers. All you have to do is connect the dots. They are telling you what's happening. It wasn't just New York, it was New Jersey and Philadelphia. If you look at the map, you see they are all surrounded by water. I'm not saying it's going to be a flood, but anytime something like this happens that's close to water, is usually a flood. Remember, the Statue of Liberty is in New York. That statue represents liberty, not freedom. We have false freedom. What the solar eclipse is going to do is it's going to give people their freedom back. Those that want their freedom. People keep sitting around saying nothing's going to happen on a solar eclipse. Things are happening before the solar eclipse even get here. If you keep waiting for something to happen on that day that's going to be life changing, you're going to miss all the small changes. Remember, the first step is not greater than the 10th step. You need every step to make things manifest. Things are manifesting all around us. You think this is just an accident? 3 days before the solar eclipse, they go to number 3 again. They always use number 3 when they want to make things happen. Negative, positive, outcome. You don't even have to be spiritually woke. Your third eye don't gotta be vibrating. They are giving you the truth. It's right there in your face. You can't even make this stuff up. A magnitude 4.8 earthquake. The solar eclipse is on 4/8. They must think we children or something. Anytime they speak about earthquakes, they are speaking about vibrations. Remember, you have to have a certain vibration and a certain frequency to understand what's going on. Before these people start creating storms and messing with the weather, earthquakes always meant labor from the mother. Anytime there's a major earthquake going on, it's letting you know that the mother or the planet is in labor pains. She's about to give birth to something new. We are going into a new planet. But if these people can trick you and trap you here, you're going to miss all the signs. Just connect the dots, my people. 4.8 earthquake. The solar eclipse is on 4/8. This shit is so easy now. So New York just had a magnitude 4.8.
Telling us now. That's really interesting though, right? That's how you know something is definitely here.
He came to me. He come to me in dreams too. When I was on the Big Brother house, right? I was there for 26 days. He came to me like in 4 dreams. The last dream, it was really, it was real vivid, and it was really, he said something to me. I'm never gonna ever forget. Like, we were having a shooting contest, and Kobe was so good at shooting the ball because he can step into the ball with either foot, left or right. We get to the top of the key, and my feet are not right, and it's a little deeper. We get to the 3-point line, right wing, and he looked back at me. He said, "Hello, the afterlife ain't what people make it up to be." I was like, "Oh shit." I woke up. I didn't know how to take that. Like, he misses girls. His mission is not done yet. Get it all in now. Right. You don't know what to expect, but that just stuck with me. So like right now, I'm in full throttle, 100 miles an hour. You show me where the work is at. Show me where I need to put my focus. That's how I'm on. He came to me.
What if Antarctica was actually a giant ice wall that surrounded our 7 continents, keeping us from seeing the lands beyond? Now hold on, stick with me. This could all just be a conspiracy, but hear me out. What if the 7 continents that we are allowed to travel to are actually just a giant matrix grid, owned by the filthy rich people in the real world outside of the wall, harvesting our consciousness and feeding off of us? What if Antarctica was actually
the Appalachian Mountains? If you even stay in those mountains, you would either hear knocks or whistles. And the whole thing is like, if you even knock or whistle back, like you'll allow that spirit to f with you. So there's one guy, and he already has 20 million views on his video. I'll show you it after. But he went to the Appalachian Mountains for work. And he's just videoing with his friends, and he sees something crazy. I'll just show you the video, and let's see if you see it.
Yeah.
But it's trending right now. Hold on. 6 days ago, watch.
Femme, j'espère que vous allez bien, moi ça par la grâce de Dieu. Je suis comme ça en train d'aller à l'école. Mais je pense que le professeur ne va pas venir aujourd'hui. Donc je retourne à la maison. Je pars à l'école, c'est bon. Je ne retourne pas.
You saw that face?
Yeah.
The Appalachian Mountains.
This is going to be the year where social media stars is going to take out Hollywood stars. It's happening right now. If you notice, you have a lot of Hollywood stars arguing with social media stars. This is a reason why everyone in Hollywood is being exposed, because their time is up. Only thing Hollywood stars have over social media stars is the money. A lot of social media influencers, they are using their platform to talk about all the stuff that the Hollywood stars are doing. This is all mapped out and planned. Once the Hollywood stars fall, social media stars will rise. Social media stars are now famous. There's a big difference because people in Hollywood have to sign their contracts and do rituals. Social media stars don't have to do none of that. I don't know if you want to believe it or not, but a lot of these Hollywood stars are really jealous of these social media stars. Entertainment business sit back and watch regular TikTokers, YouTubers, they sit back and watch and steal our ideas. You don't think sci-fi movie producers watches our videos? You don't think singers and songwriters be watching other singers that's on social media? We live in a copy and paste world. If they see something that they think is great, they're going to take it. But they was hiding behind their money. But that's about to change. Everything that has a beginning has an end. And Hollywood is falling so fast right now. So the only thing they can do is try to attach to a different system. And that different system is social media. So these Hollywood stars are trying to get out of Hollywood and they're trying to be more famous on social media. What they don't want to let you know is that they're trying to do this because they want their soul back. They realize all the money they have, they cannot use that money to buy their soul back. So they realize if we can break these contracts some kind of way, we can come to social media and still be famous without the rituals, the sacrifices, and all the other wild and crazy stuff. Don't be surprised if you see more Hollywood stars arguing and fighting with social media stars. Everything is about to change. They know that their spotlight is falling and social media is rising. Most of these Hollywood stars are like parasites. They're going to see who's famous and who is doing good. They're going to try to connect with you, be around you, steal your energy, then they're going to drain you, then they're going to say, well, look at me, not realizing that they are spiritual parasites. 2024 is the year of change. Everything we thought that was so big, powerful, and strong They're about to show all their weaknesses, and we're about to realize that it was all BS the whole time. They are not the real Hollywood stars. We are the real star seeds. It's the big difference. This is going to be...
Let's play a game. It's called The Simpsons Predictions. This episode you see behind me was shot in 2000. As you can see, one of our former presidents on the elevator. Oh wow, this was in 2015 on the elevator. This episode of The Simpsons was shot in 2002. As you can see, a bunch of people around got their hand on the globe. Oh wow, interesting. 2017, this picture was taken. Here we have an episode that came from 2000. The clap. What happened in 2020? The clap. This episode was in 2003. As you can see, the queen laying down, and behind her on her tombstone. Wow. Interesting. 2022. This happened. 2006. This happened in 2006. This episode where they got lost in the submarines. 2023. Interesting. 1993. A cargo boat smashes into a bridge. And this is 2024. Now let me know y'all thoughts about these interesting Simpsons predictions in the comments. And by the way, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if you want that exclusive content and share to somebody.
Yeah, predictions.
I don't know what the hell is going on with these clouds. That is
Why
starting
do it
to
like that?
freak me the hell out.
What?
This is in Richmond, Virginia. And it seems like it goes on for miles. And it almost looks like, if you're staring at it, that they're rolling backwards. That's some freaky ass shit.
How's it like? That is crazy right there, man.
Can batteries use water as a fuel? Scientists developed a recyclable water battery that could be a safer and more sustainable alternative to traditional batteries. The fluid in traditional batteries facilitates the movement of electrons between the positive and negative ends, allowing for energy storage and expenditure. In the case of water batteries, the electrolytic fluid consists of water with added salts, replacing substances like sulfuric acid or lithium salt. Dendrite growth is a major challenge in these water batteries, which can lead to short-circuiting. To prevent this, researchers coated the zinc anode with bismuth metal, creating a protective layer that stops the formation of dendrites. As a result, the water batteries have shown promising longevity, retaining over 85% of their capacity after 500 cycles, a significant step forward in sustainable energy storage. The researchers successfully demonstrated the potential of water batteries by connecting them to a solar panel, which illuminated a 45-watt solar light for 12 hours after a day's charge. This small-scale test showcases the ability of water batteries to be utilized for renewable energy storage. The team is actively working to enhance the energy density of water batteries to make them comparable to compact lithium-ion batteries. The ultimate goal is to make these water batteries suitable for renewable energy storage applications, potentially replacing lead-acid batteries and contributing to efforts in recycling and reusing battery materials. Can batteries use water as a fuel? Science
pretty dope.
Battery packs in the human body. On one side, it's how many electrons are we putting in? And there are a lot of electron donors. Electron donors can be getting out in the sun, can be walking barefoot in the grass. It could be leaning up your body up against a tree because the tree has electrons and will donate them to you. Hugging an animal, a common way that makes people in nursing homes feel better is to buy them a dog or a cat. They hold the dog or the cat and get electrons from it. The animal runs outside and recharges itself and brings some back to you. Moving water in is an electron donor, whereas still water tends to be an electron stealer. Moving air is an electron stealer. That's why when you ride in a convertible, you look really cool, but you're always tired when you get there because the wind steals electrons from you. On one hand, we look at what things can put electrons in the body, and then what things steal them. And again, the most common stealers are dental infections emotional baggage, various toxins, particularly the toxins that we are getting from things like GMO foods and pesticides and other kinds of things, air pollution. There's a lot of toxins around us. And of course, one can almost include in the concept emotional baggage. They're toxins in a different way in that they rob us of voltage that we should be using for something else. Battery packs in the human body.
That's interesting, man. How we literally are batteries. If we really look at it, we are batteries. So we gotta sleep, yeah, and stuff like that. And then they spray chemicals in the sky. That's affecting us in so many ways we don't even know. The food, it's crazy, man. And we under this for so long. Like we've been under this for so long. Like it's eventually gonna get to a point we ain't gonna be able to live like this no more, y'all. Right? Think about this.
So the reason why it feels so good when you crack your spine is because when you crack your spine, you're putting breath back into the body, and you're also releasing anandamide as well as little trace amounts of DMT, which naturally occurs throughout the body, but it gets trapped in one or another vertebrae, which it's not supposed to get trapped in. It's supposed to be able to flow smoothly up and down your spinal cord, basically like a blood flow. But most people, their blood has become so dirty that it gets stuck in one of those 33 vertebrae, or two of those 33 vertebrae, which is why we experience depression and all that stuff. So when we crack our back, it's a message that allows us to remember what it feels like to be in a state of bliss. We use foam rolling on a regular basis. What we start to do is reactivate the 33 degrees or vertebrates that are inside of our spine. And everybody's biggest block is coming from the left side, basically, of their heart, especially for men. What they have to do is basically foam roll this area on a regular basis. So what you do is you start off and you try to just go up and down, north-south action. You get the cracks and the bumps out of your lower spine, which is where the majority of your tension is. The next step is to try to fix your heart chakra center, or you could call it, not a chakra, but you can call it a gate, because your heart gate, narrow is the gate, right? Your heart gate is needing to be massaged, because after 25 years of life, it becomes calcified. So this is how you do it, and you're going to notice that you're going to get 10, 20, 30 cracks a day just from doing this one thing, because your spine is so far to the left that it's forgotten that it has a right side, and it's forgotten how to actually be balanced. When he said pick up my cross, the true translation is staff, tree, or stake. What's at stake? Much is at stake. The stake also represents your spine. So when you follow these protocols, it's a very light burden, and it's not difficult. But you have to do this consistently in order to heal your spinal issue, your pain, or any kind of anxiety that you're experiencing.
It's interesting. Okay. How many of y'all able to just crack your back with ease? Let me know. It does. I'm not gonna lie. That's feel good when you able to crack your back. You feel me? Yeah, it's good.
The reason that doctors flick the syringe before giving you a shot is to remove air bubbles from the syringe. Otherwise, bubbles will block your blood flow. Random fact.
Didn't know that.
And the last one happened to all of us. Some people get anxious when they hear a knock on the door or phone ringing because they don't have enough serotonin. You get to live in this house with free food and Wi-Fi, but you have to marry the first person who appears when you click on share and then click on more. One of the scariest vehicles is the school bus, which carries kids without seatbelts. Hand soap doesn't actually kill the germs. It weakens the structure that they are holding on to, so you can wash them right off. If you want to check if your phone is fake or real, just comment happy with small letters and use square brackets in it. If a secret emoji appears, then your phone is real. Otherwise, it's fake. It takes sunlight 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to Earth. Before the last fact, follow us to learn new facts every day. A lot of us suffer from phantom vibration syndrome, the feeling when your phone is vibrating while it actually isn't. The reason that doctors flick the syringe before giving—
I don't know about that one. Do y'all experience that? Does it seem like your phone be vibrating when it's actually not? Y'all experience that? I know that's a fact with the germs thing though. That's dope though. Like, we don't even have to use soap. We just gotta use hot water and the germs and get off.
The solar eclipse is happening on Monday, and as more and more information comes out, this is starting to get creepy. Texas, Niagara Falls, Indiana are all declaring a state of emergency. Schools are starting to cancel their sessions, and how is no one talking about what CERN is about to do? They're going to activate their Hadron Collider to search for dark matter. This is a $4 billion machine in Switzerland, 300 feet underground, gonna shoot protons through a 17-mile-long tunnel. The particles are going to collide and they're going to try and recreate the Big Bang. It said that dark matter creates about 28% of the universe. It's never been seen, and CERN is going to try and change that during the solar eclipse. Also, after the solar eclipse, there's going to be a Cicada-geddon, the biggest bug infestation in centuries in the world. Trillions of cicadas are going to emerge in the United States, and I guess they can get this STD that turns them into zombies, which is even more weird. Also, I know a lot of rituals are going to be going on, like blood moon rituals, and I don't know anything about all that, but all I know is Jesus Christ got our back, so stay prayed up. The solar eclipse is happening on Monday.
Indeed, man. We ain't got nothing to worry about. If anything, they gonna affect themselves. We're trying to do all this craziness on this wonderful day, right?
So that rare earthquake that hit New York yesterday ended up being 2. Another earthquake hit New York around 6 p.m. Y'all, check this out. Look.
Now at 4, millions rattled by a rare East Coast earthquake. Oh my God, there's an earthquake. The 4.8 magnitude struck just before 10:30 this morning in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. The tremors were felt from New England through the mid-Atlantic, an area not used to these kinds of events, leaving many wondering what exactly was happening.
Pretty nuts. I thought it was just construction going on next door.
It felt like a subway train coming underneath the house.
It's unexpected in Philadelphia.
So a 4.8 magnitude earthquake hits New York 4 days before the solar eclipse. That's actually on 4/8. You guys see that? 4.8, 4/8. It's the year of the 8, and it's 4 days till the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 4s and a lot of 8s. 8 plus 4 gives you 12. There's been a lot of weird coincidences taking place lately, like synchronistic events. Like, are we losing the concept of time and synchronicities increasing, or are these events planned? Like, what is going on? But 2 earthquakes in New York, y'all. One at 10 and another one at 6. And then there was a 4.8 in California I was just told about. And then the earthquake in Japan and Taiwan. There's a lot of earthquakes that are taking place, y'all. The planet is being shaken up. Remember, an anagram for the word earth is heart. So the earth is waking up. The giants are waking up. Mother is talking, y'all. She's been talking. She don't speak, but she moves in terms of frequency, you know, with elements. She's an elementary. This is school, baby. So let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Keep up with me on my other accounts, especially on my YouTube, where I go deeper.
Alright, y'all, that was gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that right there. We will be back tomorrow with another banger. As always, y'all already know we're gonna bring these videos to you guys every day. So just make sure you have that notification bell on, and send peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.